And today we will tell you a little bit more about the project itself, its acceleration program, but also about the open call tool. Today we have my colleague, Luisa Goncalves. She's an open call manager at Success. She will tell you a bit more about the open call itself. And we also have Gustavo Del Marco, our project coordinator from Inestec, who will introduce you to the project first. So we'll hear a bit about the project in the open call, as I said, but afterwards you will have the chance to ask your questions about your burning questions about the program. In fact, you have a Q&A section right next to the chat. You can write down the question, but if you want to talk over the mic, then you also have to write down and we can give you the option to answer live. Also, you have a regular chat section, as we said, and I already posted some important links there, link to the application form on F6S platform, the Open Call 2 website page, and the link to our LinkedIn community group. So check it out as well. Gustavo, I give you the floor now. You can start. Right.
Hi, thanks, Milana. I don't know if I have in your presentation an overview of the project or if I should share the presentation I have here.
No worries, we already set up reading up. We will just turn the slides. It's
okay. Yes. Okay. So first of all, good morning. Thank you all for joining us in this webinar. So we are now reaching our second open call for SoTecIn Factory. We had a very successful first open call, and we are now setting up a higher level for this one. So I'll just give some words about the project. So as you have here, so SoTecIn Factory is in a mission for a more sustainable and resilient industry. Next one, please. Yes. So what is SoTecIn Factory? So SoTecIn Factory, okay, we are an European project, first of all. And this project, we want to create this collaborative environment that aims to connect industry and society. We are looking to a community of mission-oriented social innovators. What is that? The project has set up some missions for circularity, and based on these missions that are based on value chains that will come later. So we'll have a support for social innovators. And by doing that, we want them to increase the circularity of several product value chains and also to promote a culture of social innovation in the European manufacturing business. Next one, please. Okay, so we are a very small consortia. Inestec is the coordinator of the project. We also have F6S, that's Milana and Luisa, and also Metabolic, CNR, BWCom, and the Impact Hub. And Impact Hub, we have Impact Hub as a consortium member, but we also have in the project 7 Impact Hubs that help us reaching all the regions in Europe. Next one, please. Okay, so as I was saying before, we are focusing in 4 out of 7 key product value chains. These 7 value chains are value chains that are present in the European Plan for Circularity. As I was saying before, so we were able to reach several regions in Europe, and we validated and discussed it with them, which were the main value chains. And based on that, we came with these 4. So packaging and plastics for Center-North region, textile for Northwest and Center-South region, and food, water, and nutrients for the remaining regions in Europe. So these were identified as the main product value chains, and that's the value chains that we are trying to improve the circularity. The next one, please. So based on the circular value chains, we want them to eliminate waste and pollution, keep products and materials in continuous use, regenerate natural resources. We are also aiming to improve resilience. That's a very interesting buzzword now. And since COVID, we saw how relevant it is to support and improve the resilience of the industry. So this is also one of our goals, and to promote a systemic change. We're not just looking for a change based in the duration of project SoTecIn Factory, but we are aiming through the SoTecIn Factory community to promote a less structural change. And the missions will help us to address the root cause of the issues rather than just the symptoms. Okay, next one, please. These are one of the ways that we found to address the circularity. So we use this image that is, this was created by Metabolic based on several discussions that we have on circular economy. We are at SoTecIn Factory trying to address mostly what we call the high value R's, which are the circularity strategies that keep a product or materials as long as possible in the value chain. So here you can see reduce, refuse, rethink, reuse, repair, refurbish, and remanufacture. So these are the circularity strategies that we are promoting and trying to support at SoTecIn Factory. Just a small comment here, why are we addressing these ones? As I said, these are the R's that keep materials as long as possible in the value chain. And also, we saw many activities, many programs supporting recycling, recovery, repurpose, which are the main practices that are used by industry. So that's why we wanted to address other circularity strategies that doesn't have so much support and have a higher impact in the circularity of the value chains. Ilana, next, please. So which are the key concepts that we have in SoTecIn Factory? As I was saying before, so we have this mission-based approach, so to capture a general circular industry challenges in the domain and select value chains in a bottom-up manner. So we have regional communities to select the missions, mission councils to help us preventing missions drift, so help us keep the missions as it is, and help us to promote the systemic change that we mentioned before. We are looking to open innovation practices, so collaboration between industry and social innovators, and that's when we came with the challenge owners. So all the challenges that we have in the application are based in real issues that were identified by mostly companies, and they present not only as an issue for that specific company, but an issue for the sector and the value chain. So we have 23 mission-based challenges and the social innovation. So that's what the open call is about. We're trying to gather civil society actors that are able to deliver circular solutions to these steward social ventures in the two open calls, and now we are in the second one. Next one, please. Okay, so this is a very interesting figure because it shows the roadmap for all the projects. As you can see, in number one, that's when we selected the 4 regional value chains that I already mentioned. Based on the value chain, on number 2, we formulated the missions, so the missions for each value chain. Number 3, we contacted different stakeholders to come and bring which are the main challenges for those missions, for those value chains. So here identify the challenges and have the challenge owners. And then we go to number 4. That's where we are at the open call for social innovators. As I was saying before, we already have the first open call. That was the first line here, 25 per year 1. This open call has already started, and now we are looking for applications in open call 2. And in number 4, we'll have 15,000 euros to support the capacity building program. And out of those 25 companies that will be selected, we'll have 15 of them that will later implement a pre-market demonstration. That's number 5. Thank you. Next one. Yes. And as I was, when I started this presentation, SoTecIn Factory wants to build a community to promote social innovation, to gather different actors of the civil society. So we are doing that through the Innovative Minds LinkedIn channel. So this is not the project channel. This is a different one where we discuss more technical aspects for circular strategies, social innovation, and so on. So follow us on this community that you get very much interesting information for that can be applied by your companies. And I think that's it. And now the open culture. Thank you all. And now I leave the presentation for Luisa, right?
Yes, thank you, Gustavo. So first of all, I'm Luisa Gonçalves from F6S. So I'm going to present the open call tool for social innovators. It's here just a brief explanation on how to apply because our method is very simple, but I will try to catch up to cover all the relevant aspects for you to apply and apply quality applications to this open call. So just I'm going to brief the program. As Gustavo mentioned before, so the open call is an initiative that is more on social innovation. So this is an initiative by European Commission in attempting to bring external stakeholders to the project in order to boost the social innovation by bringing new ideas and new concepts and a new view to the project. So the Cascade Fund initiatives, not only in SoTecIn Factory, but in many different European projects, is it's a way to bring more diversity to the project and, of course, to have some very relevant results in the end. So this initiative, we have 3.3 million euros to distribute to different companies in order to deliver circular solutions through funding, capacity building, and business. So regarding the numbers of this call, I'm going through this more in the upcoming slides, but we have here 3 key industry value chains that the companies should address. So in the end, we are going to select 25 tech-savvy innovators. So these innovators will be funded with in total 100K euros, but of course we have 2 phases. So the first phase will fund with 15K euros and the second phase will fund with 85K euros. And so the company will be engaged with the project and with the consortium of the project for around 1 year if everything goes well until the end with the 2 phases. But I'm going to explain this structure in the upcoming slides. So next here. So regarding the benefits. So as I said, first, the companies, the 25 companies that will come on board will receive 100K euros in total if they participate in the 2 phases, equity-free funding. So, and of course, the companies will receive a lot of support of our experts that is participating in the project. So the pre-market technological demonstration and the capacity building. So here I have the timeline, but I'm going in details of this timeline because as you see now, we are here to explain, to bring some very practical information because the open call is now, we are now receiving applications until 6th of February. So, and then we are going to move to a very systematic framework that implies the evaluation of the proposals and the selection. And here, this evaluation involves not only our internal experts, but also external experts in order to have a very fair and transparent evaluation, and of course to select very good projects to come on board. And then in April, we are going to start the first phase of the program that involves the capacity building. As I said, our team will support the companies in these activities. And then we move to the second phase. So the second phase does not imply a new call, because the 25 that are going to participate in phase 1, they will be evaluated in the end. And then from these 25, 15 companies will be selected to advance and get the funding of 85K euros. So in this phase, in this final phase of the program that starts in January of next year, 2025, the companies will go to the pre-market technological demonstration. So here, so now I'm going to explain you how to apply, and the very practical aspects and relevant for the applications. But if you have any questions about this first part of the program, you can, of course, ask us in the end. So who can apply? So we first start with some target applicants. So all companies can apply. So as you can see here, members of civil society. So we do not specify any type of company, for example, SMEs or startups, because all type of company can apply. But the only thing that's very important here is that in the end, you will present a VAT, a valid VAT. So registered company can apply. So it doesn't matter if you are an NGO, an SME, or a university, or a research center, but you can also apply as an individual. But in the end, you should have a valid VAT and a registered company to participate in the program. So here we are targeting applications that are on the plastics and packaging, food, water and nutrients, and textiles. It means that your applications should be aligned with these value chains, because of course, as I said, you are going to complement some developments that are being carried out in the project, and of course we will also help us to address the objects set up in the beginning of this project. So here we have the next one, the type of application. So for this, to bring more diversities and of course to bring more ideas, some type of applications are defined here. So as mentioned, in the past, we have selected some challenges. In total, there are 23 challenges to be addressed. And we are opening to companies that would like to address one of these challenges to apply and participate in the call. So this type of applications we call challenge, the top-down approach. So the company will go to the list of challenges and check if you are able to, if the company is able to address one of the 23 challenges. So in the application form, of course, you have the space to choose this option and describe how you're going to address one of these challenges. So the list of the challenges are very detailed on the open call documents. So in our open call page, you will find a link to this document that's called Guideline for Applications. I'm going to mention a lot about this document because you will find all the information on how to apply and the open call rules in these documents, including the Annex B, that is the challenge details. So challenge is one of the type of applications, but we have two type of applications that a company can decide to apply. So the second one is innovate. For example, if the company has a very, very interesting solution based on the focused on one of the three value chains, but you cannot find a challenge on that list that could address your solution. So you can propose a challenge. So we are open to hear from you and to see and how you can address this solution. So you can propose a challenge to address. So the third one is 2-in-1. So this type of applications involve a consortium that two companies can propose a solution that involves a challenge and a solution. So you can bring the whole package that involves a challenge and a solution. So it will be a consortium, and the two companies will come but it's very important to highlight here that only one company will be funded, the tech-save innovator, as let's say the solution owner, and the challenge proponent will not receive the funding. So it's a consortium that it will be funded normally, but the challenge proponent will not be funded. Okay. So these are the three type of applications. So I'm going to jump now for some highlights that is very important. So as I mentioned before, the type of applicants can be any company. So we are not specifying here a specific company to apply. And we offer three types of applications. And of course, when you're going to fill the form, you're going to choose one of these type of applications. But there are some important highlights here that from our experience in Open Call 1. So that's very important to foster here, because all the proposals should be aligned with our missions. So it's very important that before applying, you check this information, and on our website, you will find all the missions and all the details about the 7 missions formulated in this project in the early stages. So it's very important because in the first call, we have received some applications that were not aligned with these missions, and we couldn't evaluate them. Of course, they were discarded in the early stages because of that. So this is an important point to check if your solution is aligned with the project missions. And the other ones are that although we are working with some regions in Europe, so you can, if you are not part of these regions, you can apply, because we have received some questions that at a certain point someone asked us, okay, I'm not part of the regions that you have been working, so can I apply? As long as you are in Europe and as long as you are part of some associated countries, you can apply. So if you are not, for example, in the Southwest region, you can apply. This is something that it's very a small detail, but since we have received so many questions, it's very important to highlight. In the open call document, the guideline for applicants, you find the links for the list of eligible countries. So European countries from the European Union and some other associated countries, not only in Europe, but outside of Europe, you can also find the list there. So just go there and check the documents, and you check if you are eligible, if your country is eligible to apply. So another important part that I have mentioned in the beginning of my presentations, that individuals can apply, but in the end, during the contracting phase, we will check if this individual is part of a legal entity, because we cannot sign a contract with an individual, but with a company. That's why it's a part of the open call rule. So in the end, all the applicants, all the selected applicants that is going to sign the subgrant agreements, needs to have a valid VAT and a company registered. So it's a very important point. Otherwise, we can, for example, this company can be evaluated and selected. And during the contracting phase, if we do not have all these documents and this data, the company will be discarded. So to avoid this kind of things, I'm highlighting here that all the companies that's going to be selected needs to have a valid VAT. So here is just a very, very briefing how to apply. So in a very, very practical way. So first of all, I recommend reading the documents that I have been mentioned here, the guideline for applicants, because there you find the open call rules and all the practical information about the open call. And then access the SoTecIn Factory open call page. So there you will find not only the information, the documents, for example, the link to guideline for applicants, and of course the link to the form. So check if you and your company is eligible. So check if the rules are okay for you regarding the funding, the budget, and the list of eligible countries, for example. There are different rules there that you can check. And of course, choose a type of applications according to your interest. If you're going to apply as challenge, innovation, or 2-in-1. And one important thing that you're going to find in the documents and in the list of instructions, that is to fill out the template. So there you find the link to a Word document with a template. And in this document, you will fill all the information about your proposal, your solution. So there you have the opportunity to detail all the solution. So in F6S platform, you have a form, very, very simple form to fill, and the link to the template. You find the link to these documents both on the website and both on the F6S form. So it's very important that you detail your solution and be clear and be very consistent, because our evaluators will read this document and make the decision. So it's very important, and there we put some questions, and of course we limit the space of pages. You'll find everything that will ease your work on detailing your proposal. So it's very important to highlight here that in order for your proposal to be evaluated, you need to fill out this template and upload to the form. So next one, finally, so here just to submit after reading all the information and checking on the rules and checking if, of course, this open call fits to your objective, to your company and solution. You are going to, on the website, as I said, you find the link to the documents and the button to apply. You'll be guided to F6S platform, as I mentioned before. I'm highlighting here again. You will fill a simple form and upload the template with all the details of your solutions, and then you will submit your applications. The deadline is on February 6th of 2024. Sorry, there is a typo here, 2023. So I think it's not a very difficult way to apply. So you can apply. It's very easy and it's very intuitive. But of course, if you have any questions, we are here. We'll be glad to answer to your question. You can reach out to the contacts that we are going to inform in the next slide. So here I can give the word to Milana to give some practical information about the links.
Yes, there's just a summary already said, but basically for more information, you can, for open call terms and conditions, you should go to the website page of the SoTecIn Factory project. In fact, we shared a link already to that website page in the chat section. And if you have any further questions or queries, please write directly to us at this email here that you see, sotecinfactory@fsuccess.com. We use this email to answer questions directly related to this open call and the project itself. Or you can also ask questions directly in the F-Success discussion panel. It's a section you can see if you go to the application form, you'll have a chance to access this discussion panel as well. We have another slide as well. Yes, so this, as we said, was the first info webinar, and we have a second info webinar similar to this one, which you can rejoin if you would like to listen again the presentation and ask a bit more questions in this format. It's happening on January 23rd, 2024 at 12 p.m. Central European time, but also we have mission info webinars. What is the difference? If you already have a specific mission or specific mission related challenge that you're interested in, but you would like to get more info about it, so it can help you to shape your proposal better. You have an info webinar dedicated to each region, and here you can see the list of all of the dates. The first two are happening on 17th of January, and the last one is happening on 30th of January. So you have an events page. Perhaps I could share that as well in the chat, but there is an events subpage on our SoTecIn Factory project website page where you can find the registration links for all of these webinars here. So I invite you to take a look at that as well. Do we have another slide as well, I think?
No.
Yeah, this
You're
is the
done.
final slide before we go to the Q&A part. But just to remind you that besides our website, you can always learn and stay in touch with us through our social media channels, from LinkedIn to Twitter, Instagram, and to YouTube. We have an email for open call, but also a general one, hello@sotecinfactory.eu, for other questions related to the project. And also our SoTecIn Factory newsletter. You can subscribe to it via our project website page. But last but not least, we do have our LinkedIn community where you can mingle with your peers and other social innovators. It's a LinkedIn group of our community, Innovating Months SoTecIn Factory community. Another link that we posted in the chat. So that will be all about our info part about the project and the open call. We will proceed now to the Q&A part. I will read out the questions aloud. We already have a bunch of them there, but feel free to ask more. Now is the time. So let us start first. The first one was, can we introduce one of the other three product value chains? For example, circularity in electronics and ICT. I will give the floor to Luisa.
Oh, yes, I can answer this. I don't think so, because, for example, you can include ICT that is very related to one of the three value chains. For example, if you have a solution that is related to plastics and package or food and wasted that involve ICT, okay. But if you are going, for example, circularity in electronics and ICT can be generic and can be not aligned with the mission. So it's important that it first to be aligned with one of that value chains. And of course, you can implement the ICT or the electronics that are very related to one of these value chains. So Gustavo, if you'd like to complement anything.
Yes, just a small remark that I know this is also an important value chain, but in our project, we, given this approach with the society and to develop activities closely related to the demands of the 7 regions that we are working in the project. So this was not, we SoTecIn Factory defined that we only work with plastics, packaging, food, and textile. This was a demand from these regions that, oh, these are the more important value chains. So the project had to take a decision. So we decided to work only with these 4. So unfortunately, electronics is not included. So if only if you can make a connection with these 4 value chains that you're addressing, otherwise it won't be aligned. Sorry.
Thank you for the answers. We have a similar question, I would say. When looking at 2 other options for challenges, innovate and innovator with challenge proposition, are also the 3 other value chains possible for proposal. For example, a challenge is situated in EU key product value chain, batteries in vehicles, which is not one of the 4 put forward from SoTecIn Factory. Similar question, I would say.
Yes, yeah, it's very similar. So although these are a very important value chain in European level, batteries and vehicles, so as Gustavo mentioned, so it's not part of the list of our value chains. So I don't think it will be eligible, only if you can bring some very important connection with one of the value chains. So
yes, keep in mind that sometimes the solution can also be applied to other value chains. We had in the first open call, for example, we had cases that they were providing a platform for a solution that could be easily adapted to the value chain that you are working in the project. So if you can make that connection, that would be important.
Okay, thank you. So there is a question that the person that posed the question said that they got the answer, but let's read it aloud. Maybe others would find it useful. So on the 2-in-1 option, again, the proposal have to be exclusively under one of your mentioned missions. Is this correct?
yes.
Okay, just to clarify. So another question. Thank you very much for your presentation. I have the following question. If I'm based in the Northwest region, but I want to apply for the challenge of another region, can I apply to it or should I keep to the challenge mission of my region? Thank you.
Oh, yes, you can apply to other regions. It's not a limitation here. Since you are, for example, from the Northwest region, you can go to the Southeast region to check if you can address one challenge. So it's not limited. Of course, you can apply.
Another question is, can you apply with more than one application?
No, actually, we have some limitations even in the platform. In F6S platform, you can apply and one company per proposal, one company per solution. So you cannot apply with multiple applications. And in the guideline for applicants, you'll find a session explaining that. So you can go there and get more details, but you cannot apply to more than one application.
Okay, thank you. Another question. The project is until end of May 2025 or June 2025. It is not very clear as the payment is made in June 2025.
Yes, I can explain that because the projects will end with the Cascade funding projects will end in parallel with the end of SoTecIn Factory. So we are giving you some time to deliver the final results until, for example, the May 31st. And then the payments will be done in June because of that. So we can, for example, you will have 1-2 weeks to review the deliverables, and then we can proceed with the payment. That's why it will be later, because of this time that we need that we give you to finish the project by the end of May, and then the deliverables will be reviewed in the first 2 weeks, couple of weeks of May. And then if approved, we can proceed with the payments.
Okay, thank you. So we have a longer question, but a good one. We are preparing a project among the challenge, producing a solution for the organic waste valorization. Our general concept in the project is to collect organic waste in the rural area or a pilot region and compost it on site and develop organic fertilizer formulas by combining it with marine bacteria and provide agriculture support by products, organic fertilizers, okay, to the producers of the same region. However, in the challenge table in the call document, the mission of the challenge producing a solution for the organic waste valorization has been explained very much with digital focus. So we wanted to consult with you if we are in the right line with the project topic we proposed and challenge we targeted. So organic fertilizer versus digital focus. This is a very specific question. I can always
Yes, it all
email as well,
depends
yeah.
because not all the solutions were based on digital platforms. For example, now I don't recall because we have just finished the final list of selected companies, but I remember when reading the reviews, there were projects with, for example, a different type of vegan meat, vegan beef, for example, using beans, something which they will say it was different. So it all depends on how you present the maturity of the business model as well, and how the solution contributes to the missions and the challenges. So if you are not sure, apply. I would say that because it's better to apply and then we evaluate it, and your idea might be one of the best, and you get selected. So the focus and the selection are based mostly in the objectives of the project. So addressing the challenges, addressing the missions, high value R's, social innovation aspects. So these are the main objectives that we will look into the applications.
Okay, thank you for that answer. Just to mention once more that yes, you'll have descriptions in the guide and description of the challenges, what is requested. But if you're still not sure, you can always write to us directly at sotecinfactory@fsuccess.com, and we can try to answer that way as well. So another question is, sorry, maybe I have missed this info that you have already mentioned. To apply to phase 2, the company first should apply and win the phase 1, right? And these are 2 different applications and 2 different dates.
Yes, I have mentioned this in the presentation that the companies will need to apply once, and so they will be selected to phase 1, and this evaluation to phase 2 will be internal. So the companies will not need to apply again, and so because this evaluation will be internal. So we start phase 1 with 25 companies, and then an evaluation, our experts and will evaluate all the performance in phase 1 of these 25 companies to select the 15 companies that is going to advance to phase 2. So it is internal, and the companies will need to apply only once.
Okay, I will proceed to another question. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to ask something about the criteria for application submission. If I want to apply as an individual for a specific challenge, should I present a corporate VAT or can I use my personal VAT? Thank you, everyone. Happy 2024. Thank you to you as well, and happy holidays.
Oh, thank you. Happy 2024 as well. So you should present a corporate VAT. So you can apply as an individual, but you should be representing a company with a corporate VAT. So as I said, we are not able to sign the sub-grant agreements with individuals. So that's why we are asking to have a corporate VAT.
Okay, I would proceed to another question. Would it be possible to apply for circularity or hybrid textile and plastics, meaning sandwich materials?
I think so. It's some tricky because I cannot say yes or no, because we need some more details here, of course. But I think it seems to be aligned at least with one of the value chains. So what I would recommend is to apply, and then in the template you can detail all the solution, and then we can check if it's relevant or not. But since here I can see that it's on textile or plastics. I don't know. it's one of the value chains, but we would need to have some more details here. So I would recommend to apply so that you can detail your solution and explain well to evaluators. I don't know if Gustav would like to add something.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Another question. Can a company in Finland participate?
Probably yes, but I need to check the list of the eligible countries. I think so. Finland is eligible. Probably yes.
Yes.
I
But
think so.
if you are not if I can if you are have some questions, you can go to the list of the eligible countries, because now there you will find a link, and the European Commission update that link all the time, so you can see if it's Finland is included or not. Sometimes some countries are eligible, sometimes some countries are not eligible depending on the program. So I would recommend you go to the guideline for applicants and check the updated list.
But if I may add, it's always EU members, but also Horizon associated. As Luisa said,
Yes.
there is a link and you can check there. It's not just EU member states, it's actually the countries as listed by the European Commission. Another question. I have a textile challenge proposal, what I'm already working on in Hungary, but Hungary didn't participate in the textile challenges. Can I apply?
Yes, I think it's the same case of the region. So although the challenge is not part of the region, you can apply regardless the region.
Okay.
To be is from an eligible country. So, but the region is not a limitation here to apply.
Okay, another question. One of your missions is reduction circularity of packaging. Does this apply for plastic packaging only, or can it tackle other materials such as paper, mixed material, metal packaging, etc.?
So, Gustavo, can you answer this? I think it falls on the previous questions about the sandwich material.
Yes, I mean, we need to check metal packaging, you said. Yeah, I remember that was a solution, was also developing a new material for packaging, which was more circular and so on. So yes, I think it seems to be an interesting solution. So yes, apply.
Okay, thank you for that. Then we have a question. In the first call, we applied for a project for the production of vegetable meat with a patent-based technology by recycling oil waste materials, targeting the designing and encouraging the adoption of novel meat-free alternatives. Challenge included in the call document, but it was deemed ineligible due to incompatibility of the project subject. It was not evaluated. We got a result that it was not received. We would like to apply again with the same project, but we would not understand the incompatibility with the call topic because we did not receive the sufficient feedback. Could you please elaborate on what is expected within the scope of the designing and encouraging the adoption of novel meat-free alternatives challenge?
Yes, I can answer first regarding the results. So please send us an email, because I have been receiving some emails that the company mentioned that they have not received, but we send emails to the informed email in the application. So I don't know if the company or the person usually check that email address, but all the results were sent in December. So please send us an email so that I can check the date that the result was sent to you. Probably it was sent to an email box that is not usually accessed. And the second part is regarding the scope. So it's very important that you define and detail the scope of your solution to our evaluators. So now I cannot answer this because we would need more details about that. So it was evaluated on open call 1 by 1 experts, and it was rejected. So I would ask you to, if you would like to apply again, please, I recommend it, but it will be checked by our evaluators. And one of the first criteria that is checked is the alignment with the SoTecIn Factory. So it needs to be more analyzed and in order to give you an answer. So Gustavo would like to add something here?
Yes, keep in mind that we need to select 25 projects. We got 120 applications in Open Call 1. And sometimes a minor detail when you explain your business model, or when you explain the maturity of your solution, or when you explain how your solution addresses a challenge, or the circular impact of it, that might give you 0.5 point on evaluation. And I mean, it's 120 companies that we got applied for the project. We selected 20%, more or less, 20-something% of those. So your proposal might not be selected. It's not that it's totally not aligned with the projects, totally not into the challenges, but we might have other applications that are the explanation they gave was more clear, and we could better evaluate how that solution could contribute to SoTecIn Factory. So yes, we don't know who posted this question, but as Luisa said, just send us an email. We are very open and we can give you more inputs in how to improve your application.
Exactly. So we have another question. What is the deadline for the company registration if I decide to register a new company exclusively for the applied project?
Yes, I've been receiving a lot these questions. So during the submission of applications, you do not need to present any VAT. You just need to inform in the application form if you have one. But during the contracting phase, that will be March, we will check all the company documents. So in this phase, the company will, if selected, will need to present all the company documents, include the VAT and the company registration. So in March, so if you need a deadline, maybe in late March, we'll start this phase of the contracting and checking all the company documents.
Okay, we have another question. It's actually posted in the chat section. The person could not post it for some reason in the Q&A section, but we read it. So I cannot access the Q&A, yet I have a question. You have selected 25 applicants in Open Call 1. Does it mean that again there is room for 25 applicants accepted in Open Call 2?
Yes. We have 24 more spots.
Other question from the same person. Applicants applied in Open Call 1 yet not selected. Is it possible for them to apply again with adjusted application form?
Yes, of course.
Great. And some note that some people actually asked something about email, but it was during the holidays. So yes, we just have to say that we also had holidays, so no worries, we're all back now, and we will start answering them, of course, ASAP. So, but thank you for asking. Thank you for taking interest. Again, we have this email for you specifically designed to answer all of the questions, and we're in full mode of working again until 6th of February. The call is open for application, also for your questions. Also, we had other webinars. As we said, we have an info webinar, the same one like this on 23rd, and other mission info webinars for all those who posted questions about missions and challenges. We actually strongly suggest to go and register for those webinars as well, because there you could actually get more answers directly from challenge owners and from our regional hubs that help to lead the mission. So again, go to the events page on our project website to register for them and get more info about missions and challenges as well. Thank you so much. We have 3 more minutes. If there is any urgent question, you still have time to answer, to type it down quickly. But if not, we will close the session now. And thank you so much for your attention and for all of your questions. We wish you good luck with your applications. I will leave the floor to Luisa and Gustavo to give a final note as well. But
So I can start. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for having me here. If you have any questions about the open call, I will be glad to answer through email. And you can also put your questions on the discussion panel of F6S platform. And good luck. The applications will be open until February 6th. I hope you can prepare very quality applications through the documents that we have prepared, and I hope that this webinar helps you to prepare this application. So thank you.
yes, thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you all for joining us in this webinar. I hope you also meet your applications. I know this is a very interesting opportunity for those who want to improve circularity and to also promote their products and processes. So yes, please submit your applications, and thank you all for joining the SoTecIn Factory community.
Thank you all.